I'm Hayley. I am a romance writer. I'm currently writing my first novel and I'm also a huge book lover. So I'm going to just be sharing a few reviews and sort of thoughts and feelings and my process and stuff on this channel, so if you're interested you can follow along for that. Today I'm going to be reviewing Bride by Ali Hazelwood. I haven't long finished this. I think I read it a couple of weeks ago now. But I haven't got around to recording. So this is my thoughts on Bride. I haven't read any of Ali Hazelwood's books until this one. I've got quite a few that I have on my TBR, but I did get influenced by TikTok and jumped straight ahead to this one. I quite liked it. As far as I know, I think this is like her first kind of paranormally fantasy type romance. I think most of the other stuff are kind of real world stuff. But like I say, I haven't actually read them. I liked it. I thought it was very kind of light fantasy, kind of paranormally sort of thing. There is sort of certain kind of belief systems, cultures, customs that are touched upon, but it's not a huge heavy like world building. There's not a big in-depth thing, which to be honest I kind of liked, because I do like an easy read or a cozy read, and I would say that this is one of those. So the story plot is you've got Misery, who is a vampire, and then you have the werewolves, and she is promised basically in some sort of like treaty agreement to marry Lo, who is the alpha of the weres. And she doesn't really want to. I really like Misery. I actually really like her as a character. I can relate to her. She's not really that fussed about most things. She just kind of wants to be left alone to live her life, and I relate. I do. So they're kind of forced into this situation, forced proximity, forced marriage. And it is kind of enemies to lovers, but the thing that I quite like about both of the main characters is they are meant to be enemies, because he's a werewolf and she's a vampire. But I don't know, neither of them can really be bothered with all the drama that comes with that. And I quite like it. I found it quite refreshing. I did enjoy that aspect of it. I think she's really likeable, at least for me. So is he. All the characters were. Even the supporting characters, there's quite a good kind of banter and flow to the dialogue, which I really liked. I found it made it for like an easy, fun read. I read it, I think, in 8 hours. I stayed up until like 2 to finish it because I just wanted to kind of wrap it all up and know what the conclusion of everything was. Spice, I wouldn't say it's super spicy. I would probably say it's like 3.5. I definitely think it's not like a young adult read, like it is kind of for adults. But there's kind of a lot of like, oh, they're doing stuff, oh, they're pulling back, oh, they're doing stuff. So there's quite a lot of teasing. But again, I quite like that in my romance books. So I enjoyed that. I did enjoy that, and I thought that was it was like a nice way to build up. I wouldn't quite say it was slow burn. I feel like I wouldn't class it as slow burn. I think it ever so slightly touches on kind of monster romance / spicy books. It doesn't go into like a lot of detail, and there's not a lot of like, you know, kind of differences, I suppose. But they do kind of touch upon appendages and you know, some descriptive kind of information, which I could see why some people might not be into that. So if you are curious about monster romance, or you are okay with monster romance, then I think this is probably a good book for you. If you're thinking, oh, I might be, I'm not sure, I think this is a good dip your toe in kind of read, because it's not, like I say, it's not super spicy, it's not super graphic, there's not anything like too weird going on, but it's not like just normal. So I like it. I think it's quite a good one to start with. I really liked the dialogue and the flow between the characters, and I especially liked that like at the end you've got like a happy ever after, which I love. I am a sucker for a happy ever after. It's super important to me. I'm so disappointed if I get to the end of the book and there's not a happy ever after, even if it's a series. Like, I need it wrapped up. So I really liked that, and I liked that at the end of this, the dialogue and the kind of flow between characters kind of teased that this could potentially go somewhere else. So the kind of happy ever after came for the pair, but there was kind of, it kind of teased that there could be another story, like another pair kind of get their chance to tell their story in a separate book. I don't know if that's going to happen or not. It's just kind of how it was left. So I quite like that. I'm not hugely in love with the cover, and I think that's why I didn't pick it up straight away, because I am partial to a werewolf. I don't know why, always have been. But this kind of, I don't know, it put me off a little bit. I wasn't really drawn to the cover, and I know you shouldn't judge a book by its cover. But I do shop quite often. When I go shopping, I do pick books based on the pretty covers, and sometimes I will literally pick them up and I won't even bother looking at the blurb or reading through it or anything like that. I solely choose it because I'm like, that calls to me. And to be fair, sometimes that works out great and other times it doesn't. And I'm not saying you should do that. I'm just saying I'm just visually. But I did actually really enjoy it. I would say, all in all, I'd probably give it like a 4-star. I think it is a 4-star read for me. I find it comfy and cozy. I could definitely see myself picking this up again, like in the future, when I just kind of want a quick, easy, simple read. I would take this on holiday and read it again. Like, I really enjoyed it. So I am looking forward to reading some more of Ali Hazelwood's books. If you have a favourite from her, let me know. If you have read this, let me know what you think. Drop me a comment. If you have any suggestions based on my review of this book that you think I really like, please let me know. I'm quite new back into reading. I started reading again a couple of months ago, and I'm really loving it and I'm enjoying it loads. So any recs are welcome. I'm a big romance girly. That's where my heart lies, really. I will touch upon some fantasy, but I really love the romance, so that's where I'm at. I hope you enjoyed my input and my thoughts. If you want to follow me, then you can find me on social media at Hayley White Writes. You can come along, follow my journey, make friends. And in the meantime, I would recommend this, especially for a comfy, cozy werewolf read.